I don't think it was all just lawfare.
Bill, these crimes that they allege, these are all nonsense.
They're not all nonsense. I just listed why they weren't.
No, let me. No,
you don't care. You just like him. I like who you like.
I don't like
listen
him.
to the logic about it or the facts.
No,
you just like him.
No,
it's okay.
I'll give
You're
you
entitled.
Let me give
just
you
don't
logic.
Bullshit me, man.
Let me give you logic and facts. Okay.
Yeah.
I told you I had 3 racketeering indictments. 3. Okay, I know the statute inside out and upside down.
And this one, Bill Maher sits down with former mob boss Michael Franzese, and Bill Maher loses it when Michael makes a case for lawfare on Trump. Michael Franzese does get Bill Maher to agree with him that the mob should have been investigated because they were committing crimes, but that shouldn't be done to regular people. Then Michael Franzese adds, regular people like Trump, and Bill's TDS is completely triggered, and he goes off listing all of Donald Trump's crimes, causing a huge argument between Bill Maher and Michael Franzese. Let's have a look at this.
You were the head of the family.
No, I was a couple regime, a captain.
Right, a captain.
Yeah. I mean, it was an official position. And
did you ever beat yourself up for not getting the top job?
Didn't want it, Bill.
You didn't want it? No. You didn't want to be there. Too high profile?
I had too much of a bullseye on my back, and you got to understand. I had investigations from the time I was 20 years old. I had a 14 agency task force on me for years, and kept getting these indictments. I went to trial 5 times. I beat every case.
But aren't these investigations of you for good reason because you were breaking the law?
Here's the thing. Here's what they're talking about, and this is what Bondi recently said. We're no longer going to use the Department of Justice to target an individual and find out what crime he's committing. That's what they said. That's what's been going on in lawfare for the past couple of years. But I can almost understand it, mafia organized crime, because we were allegedly criminals at that time. So, hey, let me see what this guy is doing. We know he's doing something. We don't know quite what, but we'll figure it out. We'll investigate him. Because it's backwards. In our life, you didn't have a crime and then they go investigate it. They were investigating you to see what crime you might commit.
But the mafia was committing crimes. You deny that?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying
extortion, loan sharking.
I'm saying you could almost say that's okay. All right, we know these guys are criminals. We don't know exactly what they're doing. We hear it. We have to find out. This is a criminal organization, so we'll target individuals and go after them. I would say kind of okay.
It was a fishing expedition where there were a lot of fish.
Correct. That's a good way to put it. Okay. But do you do that? Do you do that to legitimate people that are not involved with organized crime?
But you were involved.
No. But I'm saying I'm okaying that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. But do you do that to legitimate people that are not involved in organized crime because you don't like them, because they disagree with you? They're not on they don't have the same agenda.
No, that is wrong. And there is some of that does go on. Absolutely.
Would you agree that a lot of it went on with Trump?
With Trump? Oh, what? You're obsessed with Trump? I'm
not obsessed with him, but I just want to have this discussion.
Oh, you're talking about lawfare. Well, yeah. I mean, it's a tough question that he put the country in, because as president, you don't want to go where so many other countries have gone, where the guy loses an election and now they prosecute him. Because
they prosecuted him while he was president also with 2 impeachments.
Yes, because he does commit crimes. See, this is the little fly in your ointment, like not conceding the election, trying to get fake electors to show up when he knew, and every court told him, you can't do that. That went to court over 60 times, laughed out of every court, pressuring the Justice Department, calling up the guy in Georgia, who was a Republican, the vote counter there, and saying to him, I need you to find 11,000 votes. It can't be more blatant than that these are crimes. I would also say the Russia thing, even what he just said out loud, Russia, if you're listening, I wish you could help me with my campaign. We never did that before, Michael. You see, we ran our own campaigns. We didn't bring in ringers from the outside. It's part of the original documents that the founding fathers wrote. We don't want any help from outside because we're going to handle this ourselves. Maybe the Republicans and the Democrats fight each other to the tooth and nail, but don't bring in somebody from the outside. He broke that. He broke so many laws. not to mention norms. So the idea that, well, it's just lawfare going after him. It's not lawfare if the guy actually did commit crimes.
You know, Bill, I'm glad you brought up the Founding Fathers and that they didn't want help from outside sources. They wrote the papers that founded our country based on a Christian society. So, to your point, they didn't want a bunch of outsiders coming in here like you, somebody that hates religion, and being a thought leader, being somebody that participates in our country at all. So yeah, Bill Maher, I'm glad you understand that the Founding Fathers didn't want the outside sources helping us. I just wish that you understood the magnitude of what that means.
And again, you have to weigh that against what's the better tact, because you don't want to become that country where as soon as somebody leaves office, they prosecute them. What the president gets to do should have broad protection. That's true. Because when you're president, you do have to make difficult decisions, like we may have to bomb you.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can't, you know what? Okay, you can't just be called a war criminal for everybody you bomb. Sorry, that's just the way of the world. But he took it to a different level. So yes, I don't think it was all just lawfare.
Bill, these crimes that they allege, these are all nonsense.
They're not all nonsense. I just listed why they weren't.
No, let me. No,
you don't care. You just like him. Like who you like.
I don't like
listen
him.
to the logic about it or the facts.
No,
you just like him.
No,
it's okay.
I'll give
You're
you
entitled.
Let me give
just
you
don't
logic.
Bullshit me, man.
Let me give you logic and facts. Okay.
Yeah.
I told you I had 3 racketeering indictments. 3. Okay. I know the statute inside out and upside down.
We're back to you now.
No. I'm coming to a point. I will tell you this: the information and the evidence that was uncovered by the GOP investigation on Joe Biden and Hunter Biden and his family, there was more evidence than there was in any one of my racketeering indictments. Joe Biden is treasonous.
Yeah,
listen to me.
I agree. I'm agreeing with you.
Okay, he's treasonous.
He's not treasonous.
Yes, he is. He sold out his vice presidency. That's treason for money.
For fuck's sake. You just don't like him, so that's treason.
Bill,
but your guy...
Bill, no. Let me tell you. You know why I don't like him?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I don't like him because he's a liar. Now, let me finish my point.
I didn't say anything.
He's a liar. He was never competent to be president. He lied he lied about everything. The guy lied about...
I'm not a huge fan.
He lied about the laptop. He lied about everything. He had 51, him and his cohorts there, got 51 intelligence agents to lie about the laptop after they knew that the FBI had authenticated it. Absolute liar. Okay. As far as that, let me tell you this.
Not a huge fan.
He had 18 shell companies that did nothing. There was no brick and mortar behind them. There was no employees. All they did was collect money. How do I know about that? I had 21 shell companies when I was defrauding the government out of tax on every gallon of gas. I know the whole system. He sold out his vice presidency. He sold it out. He's treasonous.
Yeah,
and he lies. The guy lies. He don't even know how to tell the truth. And he destroyed the country.
Treasonous. If we were at war and he was selling secrets to them, we weren't.
Well, how do we know what he did for the money? Bill, how do we know what he did for the money?
He got his ne'er-do-well crackhead son a job in an energy company when he knew nothing about energy.
Is that okay?
It's not okay, but you have no perspective on what is the bigger crime. You just like the guy you like.
No,
so
I don't.
Everything he does, you see through rose-colored glasses.
Bill, you're wrong.
And this other guy,
no, you're wrong.
It's okay. It's what most of the country is like.
I would tell you.
Just don't ask me to respect it as critical thinking.
I like Donald Trump for the policies that he put into this country, and I think during his time as a president, I didn't know him before that. I met him one time. 30 years ago with Roy Cohn. For 5 minutes, he probably wouldn't have even remembered me. We had a little meeting. I had to meet with Roy Cohn. He happened to be there. That was it. I don't know him. I have nothing to do with him. Let me tell you something. I'm not in awe of anybody. I just like the job he did as president. I don't care about anything else. And listen, I have a podcast, and I tell my people straight out, if I see Donald Trump doing something wrong, I'm going to hold him to it.
I doubt it. I sincerely doubt it.
I give you my word on that.
Well, you say you, but I already told you like 10 things he did, and you don't see any problem with there.
Well, Bill, the problem with the 10 things that you said there, that was really more like 3 things, is that they're fabricated. They've been going around the echo chamber on the left and their inside of their cult for so long that y'all just believe it is true. None of the judges saw Trump's case when it came to the 2020 election. They threw it out on standing every single time. People were signing affidavits, willing to go to jail if they were lying on those affidavits. And the judges still threw it out. You want to say Trump tried to pass his own electors? That's not true. But Bill Maher just kept saying, you like who you like, and that's what you're going to stand with. Well, Bill Maher, you hate who you hate. You have Trump derangement syndrome. So you're just going to hate on Donald Trump no matter the amount of good that he does for our country. And look, you can't even recognize that Joe Biden sold out his own country to protect his son when it came to the whole Ukraine thing that Michael Franzese was talking about. I mean, we have it on video, and you still act like it's no big deal. Then Biden went on and pardoned his entire family preemptively. He went back like 11 years to pardon Hunter for everything he's done since like 2014. And you want to sit there and tell me that Joe Biden wasn't a crook and Donald Trump is? I mean, Michael Franzese was a professional mob dude, right? He knows about things that you don't know about, and he can relate to what Joe Biden was doing in those operations. I'm going to trust Michael Franzese in his analysis over you and your Trump derangement syndrome. So look, I thought this one was great. Michael Franzese just sat there and kind of nodded his head and let Bill speak. And then when it was his turn, he basically shut Bill down. And Bill's only cope was, you're just going to like who you like. And, you know, the normal average American really likes what Donald Trump is doing. And we love what Donald Trump did in his first term. So, Bill, you're on the wrong side of history. You've backed the wrong horse. And it's as simple as that. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Also, share this video. Maybe send it to your group chat. I would appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next one.